everybody, Jamie here from Starter Riot, and welcome back to Thank Punk, it's Friday! Here's all your music news for this week. Milk Teeth dropped a new song called Prism. It's the follow-up to the catchiest song of the summer, Owning Your Okayness. Both those tracks will be on their upcoming EP, Be Nice, out next week on Roadrunner Records. It's their first release since signing to Roadrunner from Hopeless Records. Anyone that was concerned about Milk Teeth going super poppy with Owning Your Okayness should have their fears assuaged a little with this track. It's definitely a lot darker than the first single and reminiscent of their older material. I have seen people complaining that they don't sound like they used to. I mean, they're always going to sound like that. Josh brought so much to the writing process. He started Milk Teeth. He pretty much created the sound that they had on the first two EPs. You could see the shift away from that on Vile Child. Now, this is the first material that they've written with Billy, the new guitarist. There was always going to be a big change in sound, and yes, it doesn't sound like the old stuff, but it's still pretty good. Owning Your Okayness has been stuck in my head constantly since it came out. And even after a few listens, this track is pretty catchy as well. Anyone that's seen Milk Teeth in the last year will know that they are still a force to be reckoned with when they're not playing Smash Mouth covers. If you haven't caught them yet, then they will be doing a UK headline tour starting next week. Employed to Serve and Wallflower supporting them on those dates. Incredible lineup. If you do still miss old Milk Teeth though, then I suggest you go and check out the old guitarist Josh's new band Gunshy. They just released their second EP, The Last Dance. The Bronx dropped a new track, Sore Throat. It's the first track released from their upcoming 5th album, also called The Bronx, just as their other 4 albums were. That'll be out on September the 22nd. If you haven't heard The Bronx before, it's hardcore punk reminiscent of Gallows, who were out at that time. They also sound a little bit like older Single Mothers, so if you're craving that sound that Single Mothers have kind of moved away from the first EP, that really heavy distortion, like blown out vocals and guitars, then this is definitely in effect here. And just a quick word on the sad passing of Chester Bennington. Obviously, our thoughts first of all go out to his family, but also his bandmates and his friends. For me, like so many others, Linkin Park were the first band that were just a bit too scary for our parents, which made them just scary enough for us. Hybrid Theory will always be the album that got me into heavy music, and Chester Bennington's voice was iconic, and he's a tragic loss not just to his family and his friends, but to the music world as a whole. Fresh released a new song, I'll Be Back. It's another single off their upcoming self-titled debut album out on Specialist Subject Records on August the 18th. They recently released the excellent Fuck My Life. These are both great songs. I'm really looking forward to this album. The closest band I could kind of compare them to on Specialist Subject is maybe Shit Present, or even the newer Woe Nows, the slower tracks on that. Really fun, kind of poppy punk rock. They also feature George from Sad Blood on bass, so if you like them, then maybe check these out as well. The band Raindrops a new song, Petrol, which is quite appropriate because, as all Doctor Who fans know, Petrol is the smell after rain. This is heavy grunge with shoegazy vocals. It's kind of like Muskets meets Nothing. If you like that Simmer album Paper Prisms, which came out last year, then this is for you. Or Were Without the Transphobia, or even more older post-rocky Milk Teeth. It's a cool track. The video is very red. No news on a new release yet, but I will keep you updated on this band. Energy released a new EP, Under the Mask, today. They'll be doing a UK headline tour kicking off next Saturday with Miss Vincent in support. They were last over here supporting Creeper on their UK tour. And if you like Creeper, you'll probably like these guys. You'll probably also like Miss Vincent, who were touring with them. Definitely that goth tinge punk like AFI, Alkaline Trio, or indeed Creeper. Citizen finally announced that tour they've been promising in support of their new album As You Please in October. Unfortunately for some, they're only doing 3 England dates and 2 Germany dates. I guess it's better than nothing, and also for me, they're playing Manchester, so I'm pretty happy. Sorry guys. Julian Baker has announced a tour around the date that was already announced in London in Union Chapel, which is now sold out. That is in November. We are all hoping that she'll have a new album, the follow-up to Sprained Ankle, out by then, but no news on that as of yet. There's been a sprinkling of singles, but nothing concrete of a release yet. Petrol Girls released a video for Fang. It's another excellent track off their incendiary debut album Talk of Violence, out now on Bomber Music. This features a lot of live footage, and if you haven't caught them at festivals recently, at Manchester Punk Festival, Grows Rock, or 2000 Trees, then you are missing out. Get down to a show to see them soon. Their live performance is absolutely incredible. Lead vocalist Ren is a sight to behold, and they are just furious live. The Summer War released a new track every day, again. Unfortunately, they've announced that the EP this will be from will be their third and final EP. Their second EP, Cult of You, was fantastic and featured on our top EPs of the year list last year. Hopefully they can go out with a bang, and this track definitely suggests that they will. People Like You's album Verse is out next week, but it's currently streaming on Top Shelf Records. This is kind of indie jazz emo fusion. It's jazzy enough to make you say that it's jazz, not just emo with trumpets, but it's also indie enough for that jazz fans will be like, that's not jazz. They use brass instruments, intricate mathy riffs, and unusual time signatures and phrasings, but other than that, it's not too different from bands like Foxing or Pet Symmetry, or some other bands in that underground kind of Midwest East Coast scene like Oso Oso or Free Throw. If you're a fan of any of those bands, I definitely recommend checking this out. It is a little bit unusual, something a bit different, but really good songs on this album. It's out next week on Top Shelf Records. And that's all for this week. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like the video, drop a like below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, or if you have, then just tell all of your friends, because we need the numbers, let's be honest. Thanks for watching, have a great weekend, whatever you're up to, but for now, thank Punk, it's Friday!